What's going on? So today I'm going to be comparing the Hypervolt and the Achedaway massage gun. So stay tuned as I break down everything in today's video. What's going on? Welcome to today's video. My name's Frank. I'm a certified personal trainer and fitness nutrition coach with my three main goals to help you feel, move, and look better through mobility training and nutrition. And today's video, we are comparing the Hypervolt and the Achedaway Pro massage gun. Okay, now I do know that the Hypervolt has a plus model, and the gun that I'm going to be showing you today, the Hypervolt, is almost like 2-3 years old. So my girlfriend and I, we both have been using this for the longest time. But then I was also sent this gun, and I'll be honest, I have been using this one a lot more just because of the fact, especially during the winter, it's a little bit more convenient, but I'll kind of break all that down. So first off, let's just talk about the Hypervolt real quick. I've used this gun for forever. Now I'll tell you, when it's cold, check this out. It warmed up a little bit. I mean, but it's a little loud, and before this thing started, it kind of like clunks and chunks, and if it's too cold and you leave it in your car, it will not start up. So now I do have another one, and you can see it's a little quieter. Level 1. This one's just a little louder, and again, it was just a little bit colder, but level 2, 3. So it gets a little loud. They say it's about 65, 70 decibels. It's not that bad, but the 3,200, percussions per second, depending on the area, like here on my chest, ow, it's like slapping the skin. I can kind of get onto the thighs. Not bad though. I rarely use the level 2. Actually, before this video even started, I couldn't get this gun to turn on. And then when I finally did, now it's perfectly warmed up and it's fine. But fair warning, if you leave this gun in your car, at least the older model, it will not turn on whatsoever. It's so hard to do. But again, as far as holding on to the gun, I love this thing. It's got this nice round handle here. You can just hold on to it, kind of massage around. I'll tell you about the Achedaway Pro in just a second, but super convenient. Yes, it's priced a little bit higher than everything else, but again, it's a little bit easier to get in touch with the company, shoot them emails if you have any problems. They do offer a 1-year warranty on this gun. And again, it was the first one to come out, and this is what everybody uses. So as far as like the most known, well-rounded gun, I would say this one. Yes, there's plenty of other guns on the market. Some of them are a little bit more comparable, but Hypervolt by Hyperice, they've been making this one for a long, long time. And it's my tried and trusted and steady gun. I've used it for over, Jesus, feels like 3 or 4 years now, and I've never had any issues. It never broke, other than when it's cold. That's my only complaint. So don't leave this thing in your car overnight, because if you're a personal trainer and you're trying to use this on your clients, it's just stuck, and so you have to wait for this thing to warm up or heat up. That's my only complaint. But it has an on-off switch here at the bottom, so you turn it on, turn it off. Again, this thing was fully charged, mind you, so it's already down to like 2 little bars left, because just by turning that on, it has to do its thing, and it just kills the battery. The battery life still lasts a long time. It's only when it's cold. It's my only complaint. On-off switch has got the 4 battery levels. It can go on red, and generally this thing lasts about, I think, 2.5, 3 hours or so. So it's got a decent bit of charge on there, but again, you can keep an extra battery. I've never bought an extra battery for it, but you can just hold this button down, and then you can slide this thing out, and then you can charge the extra battery or slide that thing in there. So sometimes this thing can be a little tough. It depends on the strength of the person using this, but I haven't really had any issues. But it won't slide out. It's not like loose or anything. If you just press the button lightly, you've got to push on there just a little bit, but it comes out pretty easily. So there's that. And again, it has 3 levels. So the base level is about 2,000. Then it goes to 2,600 and 3,200, which is the revolutions per minute. So usually level 1, if someone's sensitive, not bad at all. It's pretty quiet. I can use this almost on any body part to try and massage if it's on my thigh. And this is usually what I start with. But for average, I use level 2, and I can go a little bit harder and massage on there. And I've generally used this one for everything. 3, I rarely use it because not bad. For my thighs, I can do it. Some parts that are tender, like right here where the skin's a little bit, I guess, looser on my hip and glute, It almost feels like it slaps the skin a little bit. Not bad, doesn't feel great. And especially when I get in some other areas, it's almost like uncomfortable. It kind of depends, like especially my chest, it just irritates the skin. So I usually keep it on level 2. All right, and that's pretty much that. It does come with some different attachments. The new ones now, they come with 5. And basically you're gonna get an attachment like this, but it's kind of like, this one's a little bit more of a harder plastic. The new attachment, which I don't have, you know, but I've seen it, some other trainers in my studio have it. It's a little softer, so they come with 5. But originally it just came with a box and a case. It doesn't come with a carrying case. I think it's priced at $349 still, but they give you an attachment case now. But the older model, like I said, I've had this for 3 years. Nothing. This is pretty much like I put this in my bag, my backpack, and then that's it. So there's no case or anything that comes with it. Although the attachments are fine, I pretty much just stay with this flat, you know, this little beveled attachment, and that's what I use a lot. So, and like I said, I was trying to demonstrate with the other gun here because of the fact this one was a little bit quieter. And I think, you know, if you do not keep it in your car during the winter when it's cold, you're fine. But you can hear here, and then here. My gun's just a little louder. I mean, they actually both get up pretty loud. It's, you know, this one it hasn't been in the cold as much, so it still lasts just fine. So really don't have any complaints other than when it's cold. I'm gonna keep saying that over and over, okay? Now, we're gonna get into the Achedaway. So the Achedaway gun's a little bit different. I would say if you have to go with intuitiveness, you know, you look at this one for a while, I mean, some people had a little issue, but you might press that button, what's there? Oh, and there's an on-off switch at the bottom to turn it on. This one, there's no on-off switch, okay? But, and if you think about it, you don't push it, you have to hold the power button. So, I'm sure it comes with an instruction manual. I rarely read instruction manuals, but you just have to hold it to turn this one on. This one just has an on-off switch. Again, this one only has 3 levels, the Hypervolt. This one has 5, and it's super quiet. So here's level 1, okay? Now here's level 1 on the Hypervolt. All right, here's them together. You can almost hear the Hypervolt a little bit more, so I'll turn off the Hypervolt. Super quiet, even level 2, a little bit more, level 3, and then 4 and 5. So even at the max level, the Hypervolt is a little bit louder. Level 2, they're almost the same. Level 3, that's when the Hypervolt goes crazy. This is level 5, that's level 3. Okay, and then with level 5 on here, I think this starts at 1700, then it goes to 2000 for level 2, then 2300 level 3, 2400 level 4, 2800. So the Hypervolt hits a little harder, but honestly, I don't use level 3 because a lot of my clients I use this on, they can't tolerate level 3. And if they're really sore and tender, I have to go to level 1. This one though, I would say the Achedaway is a little bit better if you have someone that's a little sensitive. Like I have a lady that's 81, and you know, we even got on here for certain parts of her body. She's like, do you have anything lighter than that? I'm like, no, that's the lightest, but let me move around there. So again, if an area is too tight or uncomfortable, you can massage around that area. But you know, getting into it, they're both easy to hold. They're roughly like 2.5. I think this one's 2.6, 2.5 pounds. But if I had to say, like, it almost feels this one's a little heavier, but I can barely tell. Switching hands, I mean, they're both pretty light. But again, the more heavier your massage gun is, the less you have to press down onto that body part. So now with this one, it does have an amplitude of 16 millimeters, and I think this one's only 13. Honestly, I can't really tell the difference because this one's still, and what that amplitude means is like the depth of how far this goes in. So again, it's only a few millimeters different, but you can see the length, like this stroke length compared to this, it's just a little, like, it's a little bit longer, meaning you can get deeper into the muscle with the Achedaway versus this one. Now they might have changed it for the newer models. This may be 16 millimeters now, but as far as I know, this one's 16. I think this is 13, or it might even be 10. I'm not sure. But I haven't had any complaints as far as issues, as far as, you know, one feels a little bit harder or something than the other. All I know is this is very limited as far as the movements. You can use level 1 and 2. Level 3 feels like a lot. And then this one, I go through levels 1 through 4. And then sometimes I've used 5. Again, it starts off at 1700. This starts at 2000. This goes to 26. And then levels 2 and 3 are 2023, and then 26, and then 28. And this one goes to 3200. So this one's a little bit harder. So if you're an athlete that gets a lot of deep tissues massages, maybe the Hypervolt will be a little bit of a better option for you just because it can go harder. So if you're looking for something super firm, this thing might be the way to go because this one only goes so far. But I would say if you're a little bit more sensitive and you want a wide variety, this one might be a little bit better just because of the fact you have these levels. And as far as for a quiet gun, I use this one a lot because I'm talking, I'm educating my clients on whatever I'm talking about, or we're just having a conversation. It's quiet. And so even a level 3 can have a nice conversation, and a little louder, not that much. Level 2, it's just a little louder. But I just like this one because it's quieter, and also when it's cold, I've never had an issue. It just starts right up and it's perfectly fine. As far as taking out the battery, like I said, if you push down on here, if I lightly push on it, I've got to like really push on it. It's nothing like crazy to take the battery out. This one I don't think is really too much different other than you just use your thumb and forefinger. But you have to use a little bit more force. So I'm like trying. So I'm going to push down on there a little harder. Again, not really that hard to take out. If you had to complain, I mean, see, that time I barely even touched it. So you just got to hit it just right, thumb and forefinger. Comes right out. I would probably say they're equal as far as taking out the battery. As far as charging both of these, completely the same. If you have to go with aesthetics, the Hypervolt wins. They have a better looking product in my opinion. It looks cooler, it's got the logo on there. Doesn't really change a thing as far as charging. I think they both take the same amount of time, roughly 3 to 4 hours. Again, you just plug this thing in, boom, and then you plug this into the wall, and then you're good to go. You'll see this little ring light up. When it's fully green, it's ready to go. And you'll kind of see this thing blinking here. I'll show you in some B-roll in just a second. That's that. And then as far as charging with the Achedaway, nothing too much different. It's almost like a standard charger. Actually, the trigger point Vibe and the Vibe foam roller and the double peanut massage foam roller, this and the Hypervolt, they all use almost like the same thing. So like I can use this charger, plug it in here. Same thing vice versa with the Hypervolt. I can use the exact same one. They all use the same charging station in there. So charging's about the same. The charger just looks a little plain. And again, but with the Achedaway, as far as I think value, I think you get a better value just because of the fact you get this nice little carrying case. It comes with the attachments. It's all set in there. With the Hypervolt, you actually have to buy a carrying case for an extra 50 bucks. And like I said, they don't really do a lot of like coupons and discount codes. This company does. So like I said, you can go ahead and use my code FrankWall. You can get $25 off, and it's free shipping worldwide. So they won't charge you for shipping. I'm not sure if the Hypervolt charges or not. I'm sure they may offer free shipping. But you can get the carrying case with this. I think it's a better value overall. And honestly, like I said, I use this with my clients the most just because it's convenient. I bring it in. I still keep the other one in my bag. I use it from time to time, but this one's just a little bit quieter, so I like it. The only thing I'm gonna have to say, like overall, if I had to pick something that wins, it's not even that much different, but I'm probably gonna give the Achedaway a 4 out of 5 versus the Hypervolt 5 out of 5 as far as the handle. It's not like that bad. It's not like a deal breaker, but if I'm holding it sideways or doing something, it's like 10% uncomfortable. Not even that, probably 5%. It's just more rectangular, whereas the Hypervolt's a little bit more round. This is like just very ergonomic, I guess. I can just hold on to it a little bit easier, grab, kind of do whatever. It's nice on my thumb. I've just held this one for 3 years, right, in my hand, so I'm used to it. With this one, it's just a little different, but it's not like a deal breaker. If I had to complain about something with this gun, that's the only thing. But I would say overall, I like this one the most, using it with my clients, because if they want me to tone it down, I have 5 levels to choose from. And with this one, it's like level 1 and 2. But honestly, between using both of these guns or using the Hypervolt, I can't say I've had anything wrong about it. My clients have loved it. This was the thing that, got me into the door as far as, using the massage gun and getting into the world of percussion therapy. So love the Hypervolt. I really don't have anything to say bad about it, other than whenever it's cold, it doesn't work. And then, like I said, with this one, a little bit quieter. You can get a little bit discount code, so I think you as the buyer can save a little bit of money. And also it only has 4 of these things, but again, you don't have to use all of them. Like I said, pretty much for the Hypervolt and this one, I've never honestly used anything other than this beveled one. But if I have to show you the comparison lastly between the attachments, it's very, very similar. I'm gonna get all of them here. So we can look and kind of see the different attachments here, but the forks are almost exactly identical. So versus the Achedaway and the Hypervolt, I mean, pretty much the same exact thing. You know, one's just a little bigger, one's a little, I mean, they're almost pretty much the same attachment, okay? And the Hypervolt one's just a little bit smaller. And then the Achedaway, well, actually, now I don't even remember which is which. Oh well, doesn't matter. So, but then as far as the ball attachments, the Hypervolt comes with this this foam ball. This one's a little bit softer. And this one kind of almost replaces where the new Hypervolt, where they have 5 attachments. This is almost like a 2-in-1 in my opinion. It's kind of like a little bit of the ball and then a little bit of that softer one. So this is a little bit softer, offers a little bit more cushion. That comes with the Achedaway. The Hypervolt has this firm ball, but also the new ones, they have one that's a little bit kind of like that. And it's has a little bit more cushion and play with it, okay? And then as far as these attachments, you know, the only thing I think that if you wanted to go a little deeper, harder, this one, I mean, it's aluminum alloy. This one's kind of like a hard plastic, but very, very similar. The Hypervolt comes with this little beveled, well not beveled, but just this little drill attachment's a little bit bigger. This one, the Achedaway Pro, it can go a little bit deeper in my opinion, just because it's a little bit more narrow, so you can kind of get into those spots, but I don't think, honestly, you'll notice too much of the difference. I mean, this one probably can pinpoint an area a little bit more, but honestly, I rarely even use these 2 attachments. So again, all in all, if I'm gonna say as far as value for your money, I'm definitely gonna go with the Achedaway Pro. You know, as far as if you want something a little bit harder, you can go with the Hypervolt. Again, they have a lot of different other, you know, guns you can get. This is just my review I did today on the Achedaway versus, or the Achedaway versus the Hypervolt. But honestly, for the value, I like this one more, just because you get the carrying case. It is $50 cheaper, and if you want to compare and get the carrying case for that one, you're going to spend $400 with the Hypervolt. The regular Hypervolt with the carrying case, this one you're only going to spend $275 with my discount code. Even if you didn't have the discount code, it's $299, free shipping, and overall I just think it's better for the masses, because some people, the average person's a little bit sensitive to these guns. I train a lot of clients, and most people I work with, they're sensitive to this in the beginning. Not everybody has tough, thick skin. We're not all athletes, right? So I'd probably pick this one overall. But again, this one isn't bad. I love it a lot. I still use it, but I do use this one a little bit more, especially when it's winter, because I'll leave it in my trunk in my car, take it out, use it with my clients, and it's good to go. So again, Hypervolt, it got me in the door. I have no complaints with it other than when it's cold. It's hard to turn on. But I find that this one has a little bit longer of a battery. This one's a little bit shorter, but again, you can't really go wrong. Unless you want to save a little bit of money, you can go with the Achedaway Pro. And Hypervolt, tried and true, and still a great gun to use. So again, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking out this comparison. Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what other massage guns you'd like me to check out a review, or what other kind of videos you'd like to see, because I'm trying to do all sorts of different content here in 2021 and beyond, and I want to give you the best advice in fitness and knowledge possible when it comes to training, exercise, mobility, and nutrition. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you watching some more of my other videos.
I keep on working, got purpose and worth. Music's my cure and this world is my purse. Get rid of this curse with every verse. Of course I've been hurt, but some have been much worse. Leave me alone, get out of my head. Block out the opinions until I am dead. They all go to speak, but you listen instead. Listen some more and you'll cease to regret. I keep on working, I got it on track. You gonna see my name up on the flag. I sail this ship and I'll never come back. I keep this bitch on the line to attack. Never look back, I make a record like Crash. Top of my bracket I smash, I'm like a pack. I'm about to stack it like cash. It's gonna happen so fast. Never change myself.